Ciao ragazzi, ultimamente mi sto informando e sto vedendo soprattutto video sempre di più riguardanti la palestra, ma soprattutto quando ho tempo libero mi vedo queste interviste appunto di bodybuilder americani, i video italiani. Infatti seguo ad esempio Flavio Raponi, dove ragazzi fa molti video riguardanti appunto persone che provano gli steroidi, ad esempio il Tren. Appunto andremo a vedere adesso l'intervista di Sibum o Chris Bumstead, dove appunto ragazzi questi steroidi fanno malissimo. Io stesso comunque ancora non è che faccio tantissimo palestra, da 2 annetti che faccio palestra. Comunque i miglioramenti, magari appunto adesso vi farò vedere qualche foto del fisico, li ho avuti. Ovviamente mi impegno, cerco di rispettare tutta l'alimentazione e tutto, però ragazzi non prendete queste cose, diciamo che io sono l'ultimo a dirvelo, però comunque non fa mai male sentirlo dire, anche perché ormai con questi social c'è moltissima anche disinformazione. I ragazzini vedono un bodybuilder o comunque persone enormi e provano a prendere esempio di queste, non sapendo appunto cosa c'è dietro. Adesso andiamo a vedere l'intervista di Chris Bumstead per vedere che cosa ci dice.
About bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a very rough sport, physically, psychologically, hormonally. Do you have any concerns about longevity? You know, you've done an awful lot of extreme things to your body over the last decade. How worried are you about that longer term?
I mean, I think if you're a bodybuilder, you don't worry about that. You're either stupid or lying, to be completely honest. So it's something I definitely, obviously with all my own health conditions from the past, is on the forefront of my brain. But I just manage it as best as I can. You know, there's blood work you can get done consistently to keep your markers on. There's a lot of tests. You know, diagnostics now are absolutely insane. And if you want to stay healthy long term, it's getting something, if something's going on with you, catching it early. So I do a lot of diagnostics and blood work and make sure I'm getting healthy. And ever since I was sick in 2018.
Ci sono ragazzi che prendono farmaci, steroidi, quello che è, non si controllano comunque, non sono seguiti neanche da
My blood work's kind of continuously improved, so I know there's no like negative impact I'm putting on myself. Like I've reduced a lot of the stress and negative things I put in my body and increased more of my health. Like the type of food I give in me, it's not just calories, it's actually the quality of the food and the type of food and everything that I need that like I really focus on rather than just straight macros. I've never been a macro guy, and I'm even less now because I actually care about my health. And all these aspects, like everything I know I need with my body comes from a lot of the diagnostics I've done and vitamins and all this stuff. And I just know that I've made an agreement with myself that when these things start to falter and they start to go down, no matter where I'm at in my career, if I'm peaked, if I'm not peaked, if I'm about to be better, I just need to call it. I know that it's not worth it to me. You know, there's a life after bodybuilding. For sure, who I am is not a bodybuilder. There's more to me than that, and I'll be happy.
Ragazzi, sante parole, anche lui stesso dice c'è una vita dopo il bodybuilding. Appunto il bodybuilding sarà una passione, sarà lavoro, sarà tutto, ma non esiste solo quello. Quindi è inutile bruciarsi una vita intera appunto per la propria passione. Ci sono ragazzi, persone, ripeto, che lo fanno, prendono sostanze che fanno davvero male e non fanno neanche gare, non lo fanno neanche per lavoro. Quindi soltanto ad esempio per andare in spiaggia, comunque vantarsi con gli amici. Questa cosa la trovo prima di tutto senza senso. La seconda cosa appunto, una cosa da stupidi, da sciocchi.
Without it, moment in my life is, it's already been a great time, but if I'm going to sacrifice my future life, hopefully with a family and my children of my own, and I'm going to be sick or unable to enjoy it with them, that's the biggest thing I would regret. So I'm staying on top of knowing where I'm at, and if it goes down, I'm just going to have to call it quits.
Yeah, I've heard you say that in the past there was compounds and things that you would have taken that now you're like, this is it's too dangerous. What are the things that for you are like off the table with regards to this is too much, this is too risky for me?
The biggest one is like Tren.
Yeah.
The good old Tren that like, there's guys who literally like base their social media off that now. It's just like a meme of the internet, the gym culture. And I don't even think people realize the impact.
Si scherza, si fa, però molti non ci danno così tanto significato. Ed è uno, se non lo steroide più dannifico nel nostro corpo. Io comunque ancora ne so poco, però per me mi sto informando sempre di più, non perché li voglio prendere ragazzi, ma perché comunque questi video mi fanno appassionare e soprattutto voglio capire cosa succede al nostro corpo.
Impact that these jokes and memes have on like people coming up who just see you constantly joking and talking about saying you need more of it to like be better and feel stronger and all this shit. But that's probably the most toxic thing you can put in your body. And I've done it in the past, but I don't anymore. I just haven't touched it in like 5 years.
Why?
Just the toxicity it causes in your body. Like it just comes in, it harms your kidneys, your liver, just everything that takes your body to process it and go through it. It's just not natural. It's not meant to be in your body, and it makes you strong as fuck. And people say they feel like they're on top of the world when they take it, but to me, that's not really worth the health risk anymore. And another reason why I love Classic Physique is because I hit a weight cap, and I was close to my weight cap like 3 years ago. Not at it, but I could have taken more shit and really tapped out and been at the point where I couldn't put on any more weight, or I could actually take less shit and force myself to work harder, be more consistent with my diet and my training and my recovery, and then still get that result. But it would just be a little bit more effort. You know, there's a peak open bodybuilder with no weight cap probably needs to do everything to be the best. But if I can just still put in the discipline and the work and then take out some of the less shit that's hard on my body, then I'm on the same point that I would be. It's just a little bit more effort.
It says it all that you, as somebody who is competing at the highest standard of bodybuilding on the planet, is still finding compounds where you're like, that's off the table.
Yeah.
That's too much.
For sure. You can always find...
A questi livelli comunque per forza devono prendere qualcosa, perché non ci possono arrivare dalla natura. Anche lui stesso dice che sta evitando, cerca di fare più fatica nell'alimentazione, nell'allenamento, anche nel riposo, perché come sappiamo tutti il muscolo, ragazzi, cresce non quando lo allenate, ma quando appunto riposa.
Things to take out and things to add in and ways to get better, things that are like unnecessary, and just kind of fine tuning. And you know, like a lot of any type of success is getting the most out of the least. And what other effort? The amount of work you put in a day, the amount of shit you put in your body, the amount of training even you do. It's just being as efficient as possible so that you're getting maximum result from minimum effort, essentially.
Yeah, we've spoken before, and I think that it's a smart approach that you have of not talking about the things that you use and dosages, because it's just going to result in people doing, if I take X, then equals Chris Bumstead.
Then I'll look like Chris Bumstead.
Precisely.
Exactly, yeah.
But I think that you've mentioned before, people would be very surprised at how low those numbers are.
I think most people in the sport can look at me and be like, okay, he hasn't made much changes in 6 years. Like, and they see me training and they see how consistent I am, so they would understand. But I think a lot of maybe aspiring kids who just want to like maybe look like me or look like a pro bodybuilder, they'd be like, no, I got to take this, but he's lying. Like I need more like to be like that. Why don't I look like that? And they don't see A, my amazing genetics, shout out to my parents for that, and then B, the 10 years of work I put in.
Certo, ci vuole molto lavoro, ma soprattutto, ragazzi, anche la genetica fa tantissimo, giustamente. Non tutte hanno la genetica adatta, ma non significa che non possono avere un bel fisico. Quindi, ragazzi, noi dobbiamo dare sempre il massimo, nonostante la genetica che
has been consistent, you know?
What is the ratio of attention that you get from guys versus girls?
Oh, like 90-10. In favor of men, of course.
Eccoci, ragazzi, anche io stesso. Cioè, uno che fa palestra pensa, non so quante ragazze avrò con un bel fisico. Ora penso lo dirà anche lui, non so se ci arrivo nel video. Però, ragazzi, chi fa palestra poi attira solo ragazzi, perché consigli, alimentazione, allenamento. Vabbè,
literally. And I think my Instagram percent
appunto.
Yeah. Anyone who thinks that this life is going to get you girls,
What does it say? What does it say that like the king of the aesthetics bro era is just swimming in men?
Yeah,
like there's just men everywhere, and all of these guys that think I'm going to go to the gym and if I get buff, then I'm going to get loads of attention from girls.
Which also there's a line of respect in that, because let's say you start doing something for the attention of women, and then in the end you don't get it, but you realize how much you love it, so you keep doing it, and your bros are like, that's dope, and like you're not doing it so.
Esatto, quello che comunque volevo fare io, ma non più altro per le ragazze, ma più per una cosa mia. Volevo farlo perché comunque inizialmente il mio fisico non mi piaceva, ve lo sto mostrando. Adesso comunque, ragazzi, non è male, ma adesso faccio per pura passione.
So your bros love you, but you're doing it now because you actually love to do it, rather than just getting a girl, you know?
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit more meaning in doing it for yourself, and just because you love training.
Come for the girls, stay for the gains.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just so funny. Like every person that I've spoken to that's got a big platform that is built around their physique, it's like.
Ragazzi, quindi finisce qua il video. Qui c'è Marco Saccone contro Andrea Presti. Beh, entrambi, ragazzi, sono niente male. Comunque sono due fisici diversi. Scrivete qui sotto nei commenti cosa ne pensate. Io vi ripeto, non prendete queste sostanze. Se qualcuno, conoscete qualche vostro amico, aiutatelo, ragazzi. Non fatevi più prendere queste sostanze. Vi ricordo di iscrivervi al canale e attivare la campanella. Passate anche nei link qui sotto in descrizione. E nulla, noi ci becchiamo in un prossimo video. Bella.